Alright, so in this one, I want to go over who the best units are for Last Man Stand that aren't Last Man Stand. Basically, comeback units, right? They're kit themselves, how good the unit is individually as just a carry, as anything can actually come back while not being a Last Man Stand. Now, I was going through this list, and my top 3 are actually all LFs. There are some units who aren't LFs, which will be mentioned here, but the top 3 are LFs, and they're not in any particular order. I guess if I wanted to, I would put them in order, but I really don't see a point to. They're all just as good as the other, if not maybe one's a little bit better. And to look at it, again, talking about units that aren't Last Man Standing buffed, so Namek Goku cannot be on this. Any unit that gets any Last Man Stand buffs cannot be on this list. Unfortunately, Super Saiyan 4 LF Goku, our main man of the hour that everyone loves to see, cannot be on this because he does get buffs when he is the Last Man Standing. But to go into it, just let me know who you guys think could be on this list before watching it. And yeah, let's just get started. The first unit, Kid Buu. Obviously Kid Buu. No, he does not get Last Man Standing buffs. I assume people think that just because, I mean, he does so well, right? He just looks crazy. But no Last Man Standing buffs on anything there. Kid Buu has Infinite Vanish, and this goes in and coincides with another unit that's on this list. I'll just kind of spoil it. Again, it is all LFs, but like candidates for it would be Launch. Launch does the same thing as Kid Buu, just Kid Buu can do it 10 times better. Now, Kid Buu, the reason for him being on the list is his green card. He draws it every time the opponent switches. If you look right... Where is it? Draw special arts card once. Yeah, there you go. Draw a green card. Then he has card draw speed, so you'll probably get up to 2 green cards by the end of a combo, because you have that card draw speed, you have artificial one, you have other units that could probably supply you with greens. You're going to have a lot of green cards. And his green card, Nap Time. Restores own health by 15%, restores own Vanish Gauge by 60%, activates 4 times, plus 30% damage inflicted 15 time counts, gets card draw speed, and cancels on attribute downgrades. And on top of that, just him existing, he also has 50% to Vanish Gauge recovery. So even if you don't have a green card, you basically are UI Goku with Kid Buu. Kid Buu has this crazy ability, maybe not in defenses, but in dodging, in the skill of getting his Vanish back, that he just kind of just works, right? It's not conditional to anything. He'll always get this, when this character evades enemy attack, he'll always get that 50% to Vanish Gauge recovery. You'll most likely be able to draw a green card from that while waiting for them to jump, while they're waiting for you to do this. Yada, yada, yada. You'll either get your Vanish back by that time, because people wait a long time in this game nowadays, especially good players. And if you just kind of manipulate that, you could easily 1v3 with Kid Buu. Like, he is the ideal unit to have in a 1v3 scenario, even compared to Last Man Stands like Namek Goku. Like, I'd rather have a Kid Buu in Last Man Stand than Namek Goku. Like, that's just me. Again, maybe I underrate Namek Goku, or I just suck with them, but personally, I'd much rather have Kid Buu in a Last Man Stand situation than maybe 99% of the game. But, hey, again, that is just my opinion. To keep going, though, Evolution Blue Vegeta. Look, Evolution Blue Vegeta, and these two aren't in order, so I know there's going to be debate, like, oh my god, this guy's better, oh my god, this guy's better. It doesn't matter who's better than who. This is just that scenario of, I'm last alive, can I fucking clutch this? Now, this Vegeta takes a lot more skill, because this Vegeta will only do damage when you are below this amount of ki, right? 35 ki, then he gets damage inflicted. 35 ki, damage inflicted. So you have to rely on your opponent making mistakes, right? People get cocky when they have 3v1. They're like, okay, I can afford this mistake. I'm going to play like this because I don't really give a shit, right? All I really have to do is get their Vanish out, boom, pop them with one combo, and I win. Yes, that is true. But a lot of players will play in such an arrogant manner to where they will fuck up. They'll do a full screen strike. You'll get, a full combo off. This Vegeta will kill somebody. Okay, it's one dead. Boom, you have this Vegeta's main. You pop that. They hit a blast darts. Boom, he blasts armors through it. And that guy's dead. Okay, now you also nullify endurance in their last unit's an endurance unit. Boom, they had 1 HP. You tap him. He's dead because you nullify endurance for 10 counts after popping your ultimate. You get what I mean? This Vegeta can do it all. He goes neutral on blue card. The only problem is nothing with his Vanish gets recovered. Honestly, that's the main ticket of getting a 1v3 unit. If you get your Vanish back, if you can allow that manipulation of it to go in your favor, it's a lot easier to 1v3, right? It just is. But raw damage also helps that, right? He's going to get, like, crazy buffs because you can't swap. So you're always going to have this 25% building once you do your end of a combo, or once you're just kind of drop comboing and catching them correctly and getting perfect timings like that. You'll have a lot of fucking damage, and it'll be very scary to go up against your Vegeta, because this guy is just going to do it all. I mean, even if they have like a revival unit, yes. Let's say you're up against hybrids. Okay, boom. You blue carded FSK, one-shotted him from half HP, dead. Oh my god, you killed the red, you might win. Cool. Revival Gohan, you killed his first life, he revived. Alright, you removed 2 of his balls, he hasn't rushed you yet. Boom, you somehow got a situation where you kill Revival Gohan in 1 strike arts, 2 blast arts, whatever. You did it so quickly, his Future Gohan couldn't come back in. Nice, you got 2 dead. Now Future Gohan, he goes for his main ability, then you pop your main, you see him doing something, he's doing a blast. Boom, you blast armor through it, get that nice LF, the Nostalgia LF, and you win. That's a real scenario, that's something I've done, that's something people have done to other people. I don't run hybrid, so it can't be done to me, thankfully. Like, I don't want to get embarrassed like that, because that'd be fucking sad. But this Vegeta, he just does a lot, right? I mean, that blue card going neutral is really his, like, savior to make him like, okay, I can win this. Even if they have a red unit, I can fucking win this. Obviously, Rising Rush does play a factor, and these units I'm naming don't really have Rising Rush manipulation for themselves, so maybe they'll reduce balls. Again, like Vegeta reduces balls, right? Launch, who reduces balls on main, but it doesn't give me the attributes. So I could factor in Rising Rush, like, oh, this guy can farm it so much quicker than this guy. And Kid Buu's kind of in that boat, because, again, infinite card draw speed he can get with his green cards. And how you play him, he could just really do everything in the game. But I don't think it's that big of a factor to where you have to, like, prioritize it. I do think the unit's kit themselves is what matters more than the factor of, oh my god, I need to farm up balls. Like, even then, Vegeta will draw a card when the opponent switches, right? Like, it's not that hard to do, but it's just a scenario where you're not going to rely on Rush, because Rush isn't reliable. It's just not. The third unit that I think is a good 1v3 that is not Last Man Stand is Gogeta Blue. Now, Gogeta Blue is not better than Evolution Blue Vegeta. No. He's not better than Kid Buu. No. Please understand that. This is not me rating these units against each other. It is just me stating who is better. Now, well, it's me stating who's not better. Who's better at a Last Man Stand situation that's not Last Man Stand compared to Last Man Stand units. There you go. This is why. His green card, right? It's kind of the green cards that do it for Gogeta Blue and Kid Buu, right? God counter. So if you land this green card, which I don't think it's impossible to land. It's hard to, for sure, just because of how much it does and how careful you have to be and how everyone knows you want to land this. But again, that arrogant playstyle that people get will let their guard down, and you could land this very easily off a tap, off a tackle, off a strike. You could. It's not that difficult, but it's very difficult. It's one of the hardest to land. God counter. Reduce standard speed by 30% for 5 time counts upon activation. If you guys don't know that, yes, it does do that. I actually sometimes pop it when they're about to do a blast and I'm like stuck in my animation of whatever I'm doing. I just kind of pop a green card and I'm like, okay, I'll take a little less damage here just because that damage received is down for a little bit, right? Then the counter will activate upon an enemy's tap, tackle, strike while in fighting pose. And this is what happens. Draw a Strike Arts card next to restores own key by 40 plus 50% damage, inflict every 10 timer counts, cancels enemy attribute upgrades, and inflicts no switching for 5 timer counts. Basically, you have a win button-esque thing with Gogeta Blue if you land that green card. You land this green card, you do your cards, you'll kill. Typically. If it's not a red, you'll kill them. If it's a blue, you'll kill them. If it's a yellow, you'll kill them. Purple, definitely kill them. Green, you'll kill them. Now, you need stars to make this situation happen, because if you have a 3-star Gogeta Blue, unfortunately, he will not do that one combo thing after you land a green card. It'll be close, but it won't be there. On top of that, Gogeta Blue is definitely the worst of the 3 here, because he needs that build-up, right? So he gets that 50%. But the thing is, you want to build up with Gogeta Blue with his cards done. You see it there. He gets up to 50% just by doing Striker Blast. You need to build up. So landing this green card in a late game, while it has insane value, it's also that you have to make sure I built up with this guy. I did 5 cards already. I landed them. Alright, now it's my turn to fuck you over. Doing more to powerful opponent as well just amplifies his last man stand ability. And Blast Armor on the ultimate, I mean, nullifies endurance, same thing as Evolution Blue Vegeta. You know, nothing against survival, but he does that. Unfortunately, his kit is designed around him switching, so unless they're throwing you out and coming back in, he's not going to get that healing. His main does heal, but his main ticket here of restores health by 10% when he comes in, it's not going to happen when he's last man standing, which is unfortunate, but he doesn't necessarily rely on that to be good. Like, Gogeta Blue with the green card counter is a very, very solid option. But to look at our, I guess you could say, sub options here, right? And there's quite a few, honestly, but the main one, just want to go over her. Launch, she's very overlooked, I guess you could say, and it's for a good reason, right? Dragon Ball Saga is not a good team. It just isn't. It probably will never be a good team because Dragon Ball Saga does not sell in the West as well as it sells in, you know, Japan and all that, right? You know, if we actually got like an LF Kid Goku, it'd be great, but we won't probably, at least for a while. But Launch, her main ability, give me everything you got. Again, this Dragon Ball manipulation type of thing. Reduce enemy Dragon Balls by 3, and plus 4% damage inflicted, and minus 5 to own arts cost. Then, to look at her, just one thing that makes her really good, which is nothing crazy here. Like, it's okay. This 30% to blast damage inflicted, 10 timer counts, and then fucking over their cut every time a card's landed. That actually does stack up really well for damage. And it inflicts all enemies with 2 sub count when enemy switches characters, all characters on the battlefield, so you're manipulating their sub count, but the green card. The green card is crazy. Mystery hidden in a sneeze. Ignores allies sub count and immediately switches characters. Blue Bulma does the same thing, by the way. Blue Bulma. Applies fun effects to allies upon activation. Restores ki by 50%, or by 50, Jesus, yeah, by 50%. By 50, plus 30% damage inflicted 50 time counts, then the flying effects occur based on the number of defeated battle members. Now, this is not last man standing. This is more, you're in that scenario, right? Like, there's not a buff going because he's last man standing. It's just, this is what happens. It's not, oh my god, Namek Goku gets this when he's last man standing. No, Launch, this is just innately there. It's always there. With the field battle members. One or more battle members restores ally health by 15%, and 2 battle members restores own advantage gauge by 100%, activates 3 times. So, you swap in, well, technically, you swap in by using the green card, you pop it. What that does is she swaps out and comes back in because she's last man standing. And what that means is her advantage is back. Now, Launch has no real way of drawing greens, which is unfortunate, but this ability of a Kid Buu-esque thing is very nice for her. I do think it makes her a very competent unit. There's a lot of units that are just kind of randomly thrown on random teams where they're not just that competent and not that great. And Launch definitely is one of those units that can just hold it down, do whatever she wants in a final fight type of situation, and can come out on top if you just kind of play a little bit smart. But hey, what do I know? And also, I don't want to mention Zenkais. I mean, I could mention Zenkais, but I just feel like it's kind of useless because every Zenkai that was like older, you know, I've gone through this spiel a million times, can 1v3, and I don't think it's needed to mention, except for LF Piccolo. Now, LF Piccolo, I have majorly sucked off recently because Saiyan Saga and everything that he's on, obviously he does not have last man standing buffs here. He more or less just does whatever he the fuck wants. Now, LF Piccolo, firstly, just looking at 7 stars, right? 7-star LF. It's pretty fucking good stats. To look at him at 14 stars, I assume he's going to impress the shit out of me. Yeah. 314 blast attack. That strike isn't even bad. That defense? Kaioken Goku has this level of defense. Kaioken Goku's pretty shit. But Piccolo, no. Piccolo, man, this green card into blue card, man. Green card draws special move arts card next, activates 2 times, restores ki by 30, plus 80% to the next special move damage inflicted, activates 2 times, plus 20% to blast damage inflicted, 15 time accounts. Then as blue card, deals massive pierce damage, applies fun effects to self upon activation, gain attribute upgrade minus 100% enemy sustained damage cup, nullifies endurance for 3 counts, and then 100% chance to inflict heavy bleed on a hit, and blast armor. If you have this guy in a last man situation, he's not even transformed yet, boom. transform. You get that Vanish back because his transformation gives him his Vanish back, which is very neat. I never recommend, by the way, I've seen it multiple times when fighting against LF Piccolos, you know, the few that exist, people transform with him before wasting their Vanish. You are wasting such a great ability. That's like wasting Super Saiyan Blue Goku's main just because you want to get that ultimate damage. You really don't need to do that. Unless you're in like a situation where, oh my god, I need to kill this one character because this guy's going to shit stomp me and this is my only situation. Sure. But Piccolo isn't that type of unit where like he's going to go crazy instantly after transforming. No, Piccolo takes a little bit, and really a little bit of time. Like, look, 10 counts, 20 counts, 30 counts. Really only 20 counts, because do you really need that Strike and Blast card cost down? Not really. You need the card draw speed, is what you really go for here, right? Piccolo, I mean, he just really does it all. I mean, especially if you're running with Yajirobe, you can just have green to blue card, green to blue card, green to blue card, and just spam that shit, given it's only twice. You draw the blue card off the green, but then you'll just draw your own blue cards, and then you'll just draw your own green cards, and then you'll just keep getting blast damage inflicted up. And with the stat of 314 fucking K blast attack, Piccolo's gonna do some work. Piccolo is very scary. And to rate him, you know, I rate him very highly in the LF tier list, and I agree with that. Like, he is right fucking there with, like, the best of the best. I suck this guy off for a reason, and he, with Namek Goku being, you know, lower than him in my opinion, Goten easily getting, you know, shit stomped by Piccolo, Frieza getting shit stomped by Piccolo, he is, like, the unit to Zenkai if you could Zenkai him. Like, he is so fucking fun, he is so good, he can 1v3, he can fucking make it into, like, a 1v1 so easily. He just is so fucking good. I don't know where the fuck I've been missing out on this guy, but I fucking adore how good this LF Piccolo is. And to go over one more unit here, because there is one more I wanted to discuss. Again, not really somebody you're gonna probably run in at least most situations, but they do offer some essence of winning in a, you know, final fight type of situation. If you guys want to guess it, go for it. I already did scroll past them, so they're not going to be below here with all the heroes, right? The last unit I kind of want to touch on is... It's kind of a toss-up, honestly. It was Majin Vegeta, and it was also God Topo. God Topo because the sub-count manipulation, which can also work very well, but that's more of an early game thing. So Majin Vegeta. Majin Vegeta does work. He's still one of the better LF units in the game. I don't think he's like up there with the Zenkais or anything. Well, at least, you know, Piccolo up to him, because Goten and Frieza aren't that good. I actually do think Majin Vegeta could be seen as better than Goten. Maybe not Frieza, but Goten, yes. Majin Vegeta doesn't get anything crazy, right? He doesn't, but everything he's up against is good enough for him. He gets a lot of strike damage. His blue card always hits hard. You look at this here, deals massive impact damage, applies 1 effects to self upon activation, plus 30% damage inflicted against tag regen for 3 timer counts. Gain attribute upgrade minus 100% to enemy sustained damage cut effects. I can never read that properly when I'm reading fast. For 3 timer counts, nullifies endurance and blast armor. Green card, quick animation as well. AoE. Randomly draws 1 card, restores own key by 30, plus 20% damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Stats at 7 stars at least, which is probably where you're going to have him at. Not terrible at 14. Really nothing to laugh at. Pretty actually good. Defenses could be a little higher, but critical very high there. Strike attack pretty good for a, what, nearing year-old unit? If he's not a year old already. Then his main ability on his transformed state. Draw a blue card, restores own key by 50, plus 100% to damage inflicted by next blue card, cannot be cancelled. Nullify special cover change for 10 timer counts, which is something people forget about very often. Z ability, strike, tag, and defense. And then doing more to Goku's, which, if you look at any team in the game, Super Saiyan 3 Goku exists, this guy can actually hurt Super Saiyan 3 Goku, given, you know, he's not going to do the craziest, but he can hurt him very fucking much. You look at God Key, you have Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Revival Goku, you look at Saiyans again, you have, why can't I think of the fucking character's name? What Goku's on Saiyans? Besides Super Saiyan 3. Purple Super Saiyan 4 Goku, GT, you have that as well. A lot of teams predicate themselves on being run with the Goku, because, you know, main protagonist, main character of the show, no shit Sherlock. But Vegeta just does well. I've never had this Vegeta actually disappoint me. And just to mention, I know there's other units here that you could say are in the boat of it, but they're old, so you really can't tell. Like, I think Green Buhan, any barrier type unit that can stall out for a good while can be there. I know people might say LF Broly is good as that type of unit. Barrier types and more build up as the fight goes units can be good. Android 18 is kind of the same thing as LF Broly, if you guys don't know. Vegeta Blue could be good, but he doesn't get his strikes reset when he's not switching in and out, so he's not the craziest candidate. Red Super Saiyan Blue has def buffs. I mean, some of these units could be good. Like Green Cell could be very good as a last man stand if he were actually runnable today. Like, there's a lot of units that are very good as last man stands that aren't getting last man standing buffs, right? Overall, I do think though Kid Buu, Launch, Gogeta Blue, Evolution Blue Vegeta are the best ones of the pack that are actually usable today. And Launch is kind of like on thin ice there because, you know, what the fuck are you running Launch on, right? But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Which units are, I mean, not, it's hard to say last man stand because they're not last man stand. Which units are best in 1v3 scenarios that aren't last man standings, in your opinion? Obviously, I've said what I think. I do think there are other choices which I have probably left out, but those other choices are not runnable in the meta of today of fast pace, fast pace, fast pace, fast pace. Even Piccolo, he's hard to put here, but he's also meant to be put here because, yes, he might take a little bit to build up, but he's not even building up damage. He's just building up buffs to make his, card cost down, card cost speed up. He's not building up damage, so I do think that's why he fits on this list. Again, if you disagree, let me know. I was going to say Saibamen, but he just wants to blow up anyways. He makes a situation to where you want to have a last man standing because he makes your damage go crazy. Let me know what you guys think, and show you guys one last thing real quick. I am getting these little fuckers up there. This guy, I have 6 hours going right now. He'll be 13 stars with the next set. If you guys don't know how I'm doing it, I'm just spamming one color of each stage. So I'll go into the event, I'll get 10 adventures for the blue guy, Kaiwari Man, then boom, I'll do his adventures all the way till he's 13, then I'll do 23 hours and finish him up from 13 to 14 from the 23 hours, which give every single Saibamen drop. So next guy will be Jinko Man, I believe, or Jinku Man, whatever the fuck you call him, because he has a U in there somewhere in his name. But yeah, that's how I'm doing them. I do recommend them if you're going to run a Saiyan Saga team, if you're going to pull for Nappa next week. Yes, this is going to be a good team. Like, it is a good team. I use Piccolo, Saibamen, and Yajirobe as my core. It's going to switch up once I get Nappa. You know, again, next week he's coming. You could probably use Blue, Red, Purple with Vegeta if you have Vegeta. Yajirobe and Nappa. Kaiwari Man is double attack. He's not on the tag. None of them are on the tag besides the actual Saibamen we see in the show, the green one. But yeah, I recommend you guys farm some of these up. If I have to rate them in, like, who should you focus on first? Saibamen because he's on the tag and there's no green unit for this tag. Kaiwari Man because he's double attack. Jinko Man more or less because he's a better Orlin and minions could use that, and Jinko Man's not very terrible. The Tenon Man, who is blast based, again another red unit, which sucks, but he is another choice for a minion tag unit if you really don't want to run Robbery, but I recommend Robbery, so it's like at that point. The gold one, Kugori, I don't know what the fuck his name is. I recommend over Copy Man just because Copy Man is not that important. You have like a pool who I think is on par, if not a little worse than Copy Man, so it's not that important. And the yellow guy, who is basically the shittier Robbery, not that important. I do recommend the bursary that I said as the priority for this. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the overarching idea of this list, more my feel of units that I think could be good in last man situations that aren't last man standing units. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.